Good morning and welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're new, thanks so much for clicking on. I'm going to start my morning by preparing a roast and letting it cook all day in the slow cooker, and then go ahead and start cleaning my home. While the skillet and oil is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and mix some water with some beef broth into my crock pot. Now these are the seasonings that I use. Seasoning, salt, garlic and onion powder, and I use a little Tony's Bold for some extra flavor. Here I'm just putting some oil over my roast so I can get ready to sear it. I put the oil on both sides. I also season both sides of my roast with the same seasonings, and then I'll add some pepper as well. I also add the same seasonings to the water, and here I'm adding a little extra pepper. I also will add a packet of French onion soup as well to my water. All right, it looks about right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and sear the other side. I also like to sear the ends as well, so I'll just kind of hold it up with my fork for a moment. And once both sides are seared, I'll place it in the crock pot here. And then into my skillet that I seared the roast in, I'll add up some onions so that those will get kind of caramelized. And then I also will cut up onions that I'll just put in the crock pot there. As you see, that'll just cook down. Once it's all in the crock pot, I'll just set the crock pot. I start out on high and then I'll switch it to low. I'm going to run my son to school real quick, come back and get ready to clean. Okay, so today I'm going to go ahead and take this down, my drapes, and throw them in the wash. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of de-hair, thanks to her, my living room. I'm going to wipe down the walls, vacuum, and kind of get all the hair out of my living room. So I will start here by taking down the fabric and sticking it in the wash. So while that's washing, I can go ahead and clean up the rest of the living room. These are little decorations I keep up here. I kind of switch them out seasonally. So I had like a little Easter decoration hanging from there. Anyways, I'll get this down, get them in the wash. Now I'm going to use my duster and just kind of go through here and dust from the very top on down, dusting my walls, lamps and things, trying to get all the hair and dust off. Now I'm going to go ahead and dust the blinds. I alternate between dusting them and wiping them down. However, I did use the Dawn spray to wipe them down last time, and I regretted that because I don't think I rinsed them well enough, and so dust kind of almost clung to it. But anyways, here I'm just dusting them off. Open up, get some light in, and continue just dusting. Now I'll just move on to the windows and go ahead and get those nice and cleaned up. Not sure if you noticed, but this whole time I've been cleaning, my dog is still laying here, so I'm letting her know now. Time to get outside, go be a dog. Now onto the couch. I'm going to go ahead and shake off her pillows. And the couch cover I got washed. And if you look over here where my rocker is, that blanket is also gone because I'm washing that as well. So the couch cover, blankets, and the drapery is all being washed. Now that I've shaken that off and vacuumed a little bit off the floor, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my vacuum. I took the head off and get in here and just give the couch a good vacuuming. Once I'm done vacuuming, I'm going to go ahead and spray my couch with this Tide antibacterial, and then I have a slightly damp rag that has pine sol on it. This time I got lemon fresh, and I'm going to go ahead and just wipe my couch down. Now that I've vacuumed up a lot of hair, there's still a little things that are kind of stuck to it, and plus this kind of will freshen up the couch fabric as well. Now I'll move on to dusting my wood furniture, my coffee table, entertainment center. This is a sign I pull out in the spring that my oldest son got for me on Mother's Day. Now we'll just give the living room a quick vacuum and move on to the kitchen floor. Next, I'm going to hand wash my floor. Now, I do this when nobody is here. I don't have my grandson, my other son's at school, husband's at work, because I do use ammonia. I dilute it. I put it on a rag, and I get down and I hand wash the floor with that, which kind of gets everything up. And then I will go back in with my Mop and Glow and give it a shine. But first, I need to vacuum up all the crumbs. All right, these are the rags I use. I go ahead and dip it into the water, get down on my hands and knees and scrub, especially like along the baseboards or where there's anything kind of sticky on your linoleum floor. This will definitely get it up. All right, once I'm all done here, I will go ahead and let it dry. And then I'll go in with my Mop and Glow and give it a good shine. But real quick, I'm rinsing out the rags. And then here's what the water is looking like over here to the side. From when I was dipping the rags and cleaning the floor. Now, using a clean rag, I do go ahead and just squirt the Mop and Glow directly on my floor. And then I just go around in circles as if I'm kind of shining it, making sure I'm getting it all even there. And I just go ahead and work my way right out of my kitchen. Now that I'm finished, I'll just go ahead and put everything back, and then I'll give my dining room a quick vacuum. And here is the end result. Nice, clean, shiny floors. Now my drapes are dry. I'm going to go ahead and hang those back up. This was a lot of getting down, up, just to kind of make sure they were even. But I was really pleased with the end result, and they smell so fresh. It was about at this moment I realized I had a darker piece of fabric that I would put up there as well to tie in with my darker wood in the living room, but I decided to leave that down. I felt like this looked a lot more open, a little more light and fresh for spring and summer. Moving on to the couch. My couch cover is nice and clean and fresh. I do not use Downy because my dog lays on there and I don't want to irritate her skin, but I do use vinegar when I wash the couch cover. Now I'll just give everything a quick spray and freshen up. It looks so good, not to mention how good it smells. Now, I didn't do my dining room curtains. That's because I washed them not too long ago, but I actually got new curtains. I'm going to be giving a little mini makeover because I got a new table as well. So you'll see that coming up shortly. And here's what the kitchen's looking like. Well, it feels so good to have that done. I've been wanting to do that for a while, especially my drapes. I left the dark one off. I feel like it looks better, a little more light. It's springtime, soon to be summer. So I like the way that turned out. And then my couch smells amazing. My dog sleeping up on this couch is kind of a new thing. She's kennel trained. She has her own space downstairs. That's where my daughter and grandson lived as well, but they've moved out and got their own spot, and so she kind of found her way up here to the couch here. I primarily sit on this couch along with my husband, and so I don't allow her up there on that couch. So this is primarily where she lays at night. Anyway, so it feels good to have that fresh and clean. Those are her pillows. She likes to smush her face in there at nighttime. Anyway, so my house smells amazing, kind of a combination between Downy, a little bit of Pine Sol, disinfectant. But anyways, it feels good. Everything's nice and clean. And I just want to take a moment to thank you so much for clicking on, coming along with me today. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you choose. And I hope to see you in the next one.